How's it? Today is Monday, November 25th. I am stacking dubs. Last week was a very productive week of training. I feel like I learned a lot about how I move and my body was feeling pretty good. And this week I am just trying to focus on stacking dubs. Trying to just string together as many of these days as possible. You know, one small step forward is better than no steps forward. It's certainly better than steps backwards. And that is all I am focusing on. And today was just another day. And I am super happy with the work I put in today. And it feels like I've found a plan that is working and helping me reach my goals. So today was just an extension of last week, and I think that that's what it's going to look like for a while. I'm trying to be a little bit more tame with my increases for each week's weights. But today, snatch balance up to 83, which is 3 kilos more than last week at 80. And last week's 80 was the first time I really did snatch balances in quite a while. And I felt like I was a little bit out of practice. But today, look at how snappy those look. That looks so like good. That looks like I am getting a lot of separation simply by me dropping down a little bit and kind of pushing up with my arms. Here's my first set at 83, and yeah, it's a lot better than last week. It's a lot more stable, and I feel like my timing is a lot better overall. Last week I wasn't worried at all about my lower back, and today I was also not worried at all about my lower back. So, I am putting in the work, and I am just super optimistic for where I'm at. I do need to keep reminding myself, don't get overzealous, don't push too hard, don't do things that are unnecessary. Like it's progress is progress, even if it's slow progress. And that is all I need to keep telling myself. Progress is progress, even if it's slow progress. For my snatches today, last week I did power snatch 3 sets of 5 at 60. And so today it was just a 3 kilo increase from that as well. And I got really in the spot where I was not even thinking about my back hurting at all when I was getting in the middle of the sets. I was just like, okay, finish the set. I didn't even really think about my technique either, which is probably not a good thing, but like me not having to think about how I'm moving because it might hurt me is a huge, huge, huge step forward. There's that like thing in like rehab where you're coming back from an injury where all of the measurable like physical like everything is pointing to you being healed. This is my first set, by the way. Everything is pointing to you being healed and like physically capable of doing whatever it is that you need to do. But then there is that like mental aspect that is inhibiting you from moving the way that you want to or the way that you once did, and that is, in my experience, that is a lot harder to overcome than the physical limitations of your body, because the physical things are just it's very easy to be like, oh, if I move to this position, this doesn't feel good. So if I can strengthen XYZ muscle around this thing, then realistically this position should never hurt again. And then it's very like step by step, like, oh, like I can do this, then this, then this, then this. But then kind of overcoming that mental hurdle, that mental obstacle, is much more difficult, because even though you've proven to yourself that you can lift the way that you were lifting before, you know, actually doing it is a whole night and day type of thing, because when you're moving and you're kind of getting back into the swing of actually being athletic and being explosive and having a lot of power and all of these things, you don't really think about all the work that you put in. You think about, oh, last time I gave this type of effort, I hurt myself, or it hurt, and the simple fact that I was able to just kind of muscle through it, even though my technique wasn't the best today, is a big sign saying that things are getting better and like my mental is a lot stronger than it used to be, you know? um, I'm a pretty stubborn guy, but when it comes to like injuries, I'm like, I get very like in my head where like if the smallest kind of pain point comes up, I feel very, very, very second guessing myself. I feel very insecure. That's the word I was looking for. Um, After my power snatches today, I did some snatch grip RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, and these are a lot harder than I remember them being. I feel like last week at 80, I was probably a little bit heavy for that weight, but I went up today with 3 kilos, and it just feels like it's a lot. I don't know if it's because what I did on Saturday, because I still feel like my hamstrings are fairly tight from the deadlifts and the squats that I did on Saturday. It is, the first time I've deadlifted in 2 weeks, so it is to be expected. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's from that. Maybe it's because it is heavy. I don't know. I think in the past I used to snatch grip RDL like 100 for like triples. So I I'm not where I used to be, but I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly stacking those W's. Finished off today with some pull-ups and some of my pal-off presses, and like I'm gonna keep saying it for as long as it's true. I think today has been good, and I am super super optimistic for where I'm moving forward from today. And I think that I'm making the right progress, the amount of progress that I expect, and yeah, things are going well, and I feel pretty good about where my body is, right? So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.